So we are back after almost a fucking year.
Almost an entire year. It's a pleasure.
Hell yeah.
A lot has changed. A lot has happened.
A lot of things have changed. So before we start, like 2-3 months ago, we were talking about, you moving out to Newport, getting a crib, getting your dream car, which is
Porsche GT3.
Look at the hat. So bro, like, how did you, like last time we met, you were talking about all the things you were sharing, like the mindset, thinking you have something and it's going to come to you. You can only have what you already have, all those things. What have you done since then up to now, which was about like 10 months ago? What has happened? Give us like a little quick recap.
Well, I did exactly what I was already talking about because again, I'm going to recap what you said. You can only have what you already have. You got to believe that you already have the thing before you actually have it physically. You got to be fucking delusional. If you want to be a millionaire, you got to walk around like a millionaire and then you'll become it physically. The physical reality is literally just the delayed effect of what you are inside in your head, etc. So I figured out the formula back then. I saw things happening right in front of me. So I'm like, if I just continue doing this, my dream life will come. And here we are.
Fuck yeah.
Just a little bit later.
Hell yeah.
With the things I talked about, I think on that podcast actually.
Exactly, bro. All the lines you were saying, literally, it happened. Like if people go to our first podcast, you see, like we were talking about, you can only have what you already have. What was the other one? Pray as you already received it.
And when you pray, believe you've already received it and it shall be yours. Mark 11:24.
Mark 11:24, exactly. So those two foundational things, you were really, really big on it since then, and literally it fucking manifested. We were literally
absolutely.
Here. Exactly.
Because again, at the end of the day, the only truth in this universe is what you and your subconscious perceives to be the truth. So everyone has their own version of the truth. If you believe that you're a fat fuck and you can't change, that's true. If you believe that you're a millionaire, that you can have absolutely anything you want, right? And this is just a random example. Like, yes, I'm talking about the physical stuff, that's vanity, whatever, but let's just use that as an example. If you believe that you're a millionaire, you can have anything you want. Even though you don't have it physically, if you genuinely believe it and you convince yourself, technically you're delusional to the rest of the world, but then the physical reality will catch up if you just keep believing it, and now you're not delusional. So that's exactly what I was. I was being a delusional ass motherfucker, closing my eyes on my balcony on the second floor, pretending I'm on the top floor, closing my eyes on the shitty car, pretending that I have the Alcantara steering wheel of my car right now, and came here.
What do you think is the main decisive factor? Because a lot of people say, believe that you're this person. A lot of people say believe, but I think a lot of it goes to like your consistent feeling of how you see yourself, how you feel within yourself. That goes a long way, right? You've been doing that. Like feeling like you feel you're already that guy every day.
Well, no, 100%. You have to, it's not even about what you want specifically, like the vanity, the physical things, they're cool and all, but you have to understand what kind of person do you have to be to receive those things.
The identity.
And it's not necessarily like walking around like, what do I do, etc. Like, how do you feel on a daily basis, right? How does that guy that has all those things feel? And let's say you want a car, again, let's use a random example. Let's say you want a car and it's like $500,000 or something. You have to be a certain kind of person to afford a $500,000 car. So how do you walk around knowing you make that amount of money? You probably feel like your dad, can't say that word, dad motherfucker, right? So you have to feel that on a daily basis, even though you might be getting into your shitty Toyota or whatever it is, right? I just threw a shot at you.
Hey, I'll take it personal. I gotta get it all right now. Let's go. No, but that's good. We were literally talking about all these details, especially with just, people say fake it till you make it, but I think it's literally you being that person every fucking day. And for some reason, you probably know this way better, it's like just things somehow align to the way that you need to be having it. Like just like an offer comes, a deal happens, you meet a person and suddenly you're here, this happens and suddenly, like in a couple months' time, you got your dream car, you got your dream crib.
The fake it till you make it. See, here's the problem. People who fake it till they make it to other people. They try to rent cars they don't have, they try to buy watches they don't have, they try to pretend they're richer than they are. You gotta fake it to yourself pretty much. You gotta convince yourself that you're already it without really being it physically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just going to what you just said, repeat what you just said.
Which part?
The
things that just realign.
Oh yeah, just things aligning and offers and stuff coming your way without you really expecting it, etc.
Yeah.
One, God works in mysterious ways. And number two, you can see, I think I mentioned this in our other podcast, right? You can see less than 1% of all reality and of everything there is. There is more than 99% of shit that you can't see, that's metaphysical, that's aligning in the background, you just can't see. So something might not make sense to you. It might not make sense that you're gonna get the thing that you really want in a month. But the world has its magical way of aligning itself, and as long as you get out of your own way, it will happen.
I think it's just internal, like as within, as without, right?
Yeah.
Like whenever this is crazy because a lot of guys probably experience this. Whenever they get a haircut, or they look fresh, their inner self-image changes. They start moving differently. So it's kind of like something like that, but you just have to do it on a consistent basis with who you are, like your daily habits or the way you think, the way you see things. You probably know this better. It's just you have to be that guy every day, consistently. Like whenever you just don't close a deal, like how do you react?
Again, yeah. You got to see, for example, you don't close a deal, right? You got to see that as a win as well. You cannot react to it negatively because that negative emotion, every emotion, it's a frequency and it's addictive. And the more you experience it, the more you're going to be prone to experiencing it again and again and again. But if every single time you close a deal or you don't close a deal, you react the same way, then everything is a win. And all of a sudden, you only start closing deals. You know what I mean?
When did you make that shift?
When we did our last podcast and when I first discovered metaphysics.
When the Neuro videos?
Yeah, when I discovered Neuro Knowledge, he's the GOAT. Go watch some of his videos. He breaks things down very, very well. So I'm sure he didn't come up with a lot of the concepts, but he breaks them down really, really well. But yeah, that's around the time that I discovered them. I started really getting into metaphysics. I started, in the beginning, obviously kind of clicked for me, but again, I didn't 100% believe it. I wasn't like, oh, manifestation, this foo-foo shit works, right? But I tried it in my life. I saw results in real time. I'm like, holy fuck, this works. And I tried it with bigger stuff and it worked with bigger stuff. And here we are, so.
Yeah, I remember like the first time we did the podcast, was it your first sales call on your new offer? That day?
I started a new offer. I'm pretty sure like around the time that was my first sales call. I think it was like the first $1,000 we made for that offer.
I think it was right before, right?
Yeah,
right before
I believe it was right before, yeah.
Yeah, you were telling me. That's crazy, bro. And then in 10, 11 months, I think we did like last year, May. Yeah, it was May, like literally like 11 months ago that now you have your dream car.
Yeah, it was a brand new offer. I didn't really know what I was doing inside the info space. I was just kind of discovering the entire space, how it works, how to sell information, how to do mentorships, coaching, etc. And now, in the last 11 months, we've done almost multiple 7 figures. Sorry.
Hell yeah. Your space is not necessarily too known. There's like, it's still like a lot of untapped potential. Not a lot of people know. I mean, people know about like AI, but they're not really like doing it like in your way. So like, kind of tell us about your offer, like how you're handling things.
Yeah, so what we do is TikTok Shop Affiliate. So I'm sure you've seen those TikTok videos with the little orange cart at the bottom left where you click it and you can just buy the product. The person that actually made that video with that orange cart, they receive a commission every single time somebody buys from the video. Mm-hmm. But obviously you don't want to be a fucking monkey dancing around the camera trying to get views to sell your product. So we came up with a way to do this whole process with AI, and because it now doesn't depend on you, it doesn't depend on your face, you can outsource the whole thing to a virtual assistant overseas, pay them $5 an hour. They can run 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts for you. My virtual assistant, for example, is currently running 8 accounts for me, right? They're fully automated. I don't even have to touch them. So we teach people how to, first of all, start, make some of the first money, see some initial wins, $5,000, $10,000 a month, and then scale and outsource with a virtual assistant. So they're not really a slave filming all day.
Yeah. No, that's like a no-brainer way of someone who's trying to get to like online money, because there's like agency, dropshipping, all these things. You kind of have to be in it like 24/7. Like you have to talk to clients physically, you have to shoot content, like all those things. But with TikTok automation, what the fascinating thing about it is that it's just automated. Everything's automated. Yeah. AI, literally.
All other business models like YouTube automation, all that stuff, there's no real automation. It takes forever to even get to the automation point. I really don't like selling the offer from a place of like, this is overnight money, you're gonna get rich fast. But that's really what happens. Like we had a guy just joined. He joined in the beginning of April. I believe it was like April 2nd, April 3rd, something like that. 2 days later, he sends in his first sale in the community. 30 days later, me and him just recorded a testimonial. He made $14,000 in his first month. Like, I don't wanna brag about the business model, but there's really no other business model you can do that with. Maybe sales. If you get lucky and get placed in a good offer and you already know what you're doing. But he started with 0 skills, absolutely did not know what the fuck he was doing. So I genuinely don't believe there's another business model, at least right now in this day and age, where you can just fucking make at least even 5 or 10 grand in your first month, not knowing what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, the barrier to entry is like really, really
Very low.
Yeah. Anyone can start from anywhere, right? Like I'm sure you have people from fucking random countries.
Oh no, yeah, we had a guy also make like 4K in his first month from Peru.
Yeah,
He was living in the slumps of Peru. So,
like that's the thing. Like a lot of people think you have to be like only in America to make money from TikTok Shop.
well, you're still making money from American markets.
Yeah.
It's just more of a complicated process doing it from other countries, VPNs, proxy, etc. You have to do. Some of our guys did it from an emulator. Like they open a virtual phone on the computer and just navigate everything with a mouse.
Just US servers?
Time. Yeah, but you're still doing everything on the US servers. You're still getting a piece of the bigger pie, which is the US market.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I was noticing. A lot of people think that if you're not in the US or UK or whatever, you can't really hop on TikTok Shop. But I think with those methods, like you already figured it out that your clients are crushing it. So it's
absolutely.
simple.
We have guys from Peru, Brazil, UK. We have a guy from Germany. So yeah, all over the world, to be honest.
How have you seen like TikTok Shop evolve this past year?
So about a year and a half ago, they introduced BLEMARX, which is pretty much, before the way it worked is a brand, let's say they have like $100,000 in ad spend. What's a big brand? Like, take Ninja, they have like kitchen stuff, like blenders and stuff. Let's take Ninja. Let's say they have $100,000 in ad spend. Before they get to pick and choose which videos got the ad spend, so let's say there's a video that's getting millions of views and it's some viral creator promoting their product saying, guys, this blender is really good, buy it. They can run ads on their video because they like that video, right? Now they have to give that same $100,000 to TikTok, and TikTok has an AI algorithm which automatically runs ads on the videos that, convert the best. So it's no longer about who gets the most views, it's about who has a better conversion rate. So if you make a video with 200 views, but it gets one sale, you're gonna get ads, and then that video can get millions of views now because of their ad spend with you doing absolutely fucking nothing. And you just continue to get sales and sales and sales, and you continue to convert at the same rate of like one sale per 200 views. So the game really shifted from who can make the most viral video to who can make the best ad. So I feel like that's a big change, because before people were doing some outrageous shit just to get views, like putting like chocolate in their toilet just to pretend it's shit, just to get comment baits, etc. Now it's genuinely just about who can make the best ad that sells the best.
Like more about conversion.
Yeah, because the ads will do the work for you and get those views for you. You don't really have to do that anymore.
Interesting. So it's like just trying to get the mass people's attention doesn't really matter nowadays. Mass attention.
Yeah, no, you just want to get specific attention.
How do you go about like using AI to structure those videos?
I mean, you literally we make very simple videos that are bottom of funnel, so you're pretty much only selling to people who already know they want to buy the product. So you genuinely just take a picture of the product from the product listing, you drop it into AI video creator, you give it a prompt like panel zoom on the product, put on a nice kitchen island, right? It just generates you a video and boom, that's it. That's literally, it doesn't get simpler than that. It's very simple. And people try to overcomplicate it. They mentally masturbate because they want to feel productive. They want to feel like they're doing more, but simplicity is king.
Where do you see the future of TikTok Shop with things that are going like with partnerships? I was hearing they have like some partnerships coming up soon with Amazon, right? Or it's still in the works?
They've been talking about that for a while. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. TikTok is growing at a crazy rate every single year. Like, I don't even know. I think they're projected to do like $1 or $200 billion in sales on TikTok Shop. I'm not even sure where the market is nowadays. It's changing so much, but it's definitely the future. Like, it is way easier to impulsively buy something when you see it in a video being shown right in front of you and it's 2 clicks away to buy it, rather than going to Amazon, scrolling through all the listings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see somebody using it right in front of you, you go ahead and you buy it. And also live shopping, like Whatnot is going viral right now, where people sell on live. So live shopping is just the future of buying stuff online.
Do you see your students doing well with lives too on TikTok?
We have a couple that are doing really, really well with it right now, but again, our whole point is that we don't really show our face, because a lot of people, and also lives, it's actual work. You have to sit behind a camera. It's not really scalable. So you can hire creators, but again, when the creator really learns how to do lives and how to sell, they're going to start doing that themselves. So there's no point, and you can't really hire somebody to do lives from another country. You wanted somebody from the US because obviously that's what people are going to buy from. So somebody from the US is going to figure out how to do it, and you're going to pay them a lot of money. They're going to say, fuck that. They're going to do it themselves. You know what I mean? So it's really not scalable. You can make a lot of money with it if you really want to hustle, but I don't know. I don't like business models that are not scalable. I think that's just a little side hustle. What we're doing, we're changing it from a side hustle to an actual business.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you think about having your own brand on TikTok and also using basically those systems that you use for your own brand? Have you seen people doing that?
Yeah, no, 100%. There's a couple guys that are absolutely printing with their own products on TikTok. I happen to know a couple of them that launched their own products as well. For example, the owner of Comfort, etc. But it's very, very difficult to get started on TikTok without a big budget and paying retainers out to creators, etc., and making sure that your product is actually good. What I see a lot of successful brands doing is they get big somewhere else, whether it's through like just e-commerce and running ads, and they kind of develop themselves on Instagram. They develop themselves, like they have a whole Shopify store. They maybe sometimes get big on Amazon, and then they come over to TikTok as a known brand. And then the creators already know that they're a known brand, so they want to hop on the product because they know that you're going to spend ads on the videos. You know what I mean? For example, Kylie Jenner, I think she just brought her brand onto TikTok. Everybody wanted to hop onto it because it's a big brand, and they know that Kylie Jenner is going to spend a lot of money on ads, and all their videos are going to get boosted by that GMV max I just talked about. So at least right now, I think it's way easier and more viable to just get big somewhere else, whether it's Amazon, whether it's just through e-commerce and on Instagram, building an actual brand presence and then getting into TikTok shop. You can still do it through TikTok. It's just a lot of heavy lifting in the beginning.
That makes sense. Are there like a certain product niches that you tell your clients to post about mainly, or not really? As long as it's like good quality product.
We really go for everything, even if we don't really look even quality for that matter. It's just anything that's selling. But to be honest, women's products just perform the best, like skincare, etc. Like who's on TikTok? It's moms with their husband's credit cards while they're at work. So
yep. Especially holiday season.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's why women perform the best on TikTok shop, because women buy from women, which is why AI is also great.
Your students are about to print for that Mother's Day, huh?
Oh yeah, fine. They're already starting to post those products. Every single year it's the same products, the same thing that goes viral. They're already on it. We already see some of the ad spend being thrown behind those videos too. So Mother's Day is surprisingly really, really big. Like it could compare to Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. Because you can really target people with emotional content, like your mom is only going to be here for, I know it's fucked up, but your mom is only going to be here for so long, buy these things, etc.
It works. Yeah, it works, really works. Fear. Do you think using like trendy, like let's just say for your students, do they use like trendy like news or whatever to their advantage for like, marketing their products?
You would really do that if you're creating like top of funnel videos where you're actually speaking, etc. The style we switch to is bottom of funnel. You don't really talk. You don't really get a lot of room to say anything. So to be honest, no, not really, because we just follow the same styles. However, if a certain product is starting to go viral, we'll probably trickle into that niche, see if it performs. But it's really just finding products that convert. We don't really follow the market like that, because again, we're not showing our face. We're not creating those videos ourselves. So.
Are there any specific niches that is like a no-go zone?
A no-go zone, weight loss. Because you mentioned pounds, weight loss, instant fucking ban. Instantly.
Those words, fat. What other words are there that's banned? I forgot. I used to be on TikTok
They don't like
shop.
anxiety, weight loss, I lost this many pounds. Just anything in that niche, like skinny. They also, before it was fine, now they don't like before and afters. So if you post that, they're gonna say that you're selling an unrealistic result or something. Yeah, that niche, don't even fucking touch it. I printed a lot of money with it when I first started. Then they started trickling down on it, and all my accounts got banned. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna move on to something else.
Okay, now what are some niches that you recommend everyone to go?
Anything house related. That's like vacuums, blenders, for example, just any gadgets like that. Anything that has to do with women. Yeah. So like skincare, makeup, serums, that kind of stuff. Those do the best.
Okay.
Those, like if you look at the top performing products, it's always going to be a combination of those.
Yeah, because they're like forever green products, right?
No, yeah, exactly.
Industries.
And again, it's going to be women buying those most of the time.
Okay. What have you noticed? Because I remember you were doing TikTok Shop too. In the beginning, you were just filming it yourself.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest advantages that you have doing AI?
Again, the fact that it's scalable, because when you're doing it yourself, you're at a revenue ceiling because there's only one of you. You can only record so much, right? And the second you stop recording, that's the second that your income stops. With AI, it's scalable. All you really need to do is get proof of concept on 1 or 2 accounts, give it to a VA, and all you do is just make sure that they're actually doing their work, and your only job becomes giving them more accounts. If you don't feel like working today, you're still gonna make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't really depend on you, which is why it's a business. It's not a side hustle anymore. It's not just a little, let me record a couple of videos, hopefully they get some sales. I have a whole system in motion right now that's being ran of employees that I have to manage.
Makes sense. Why did you even choose TikTok Shop? Because you tried a lot of business models. Why TikTok Shop? Is it something you like? Was it like the simplicity?
I'm not gonna lie, as somebody that makes content, I fucking hate content. I despise making videos, but bro, I tried everything. I drop shipped for so long. I tested over 50 products. Like, think about it. I went through the cycle over 50 times. Holy fuck, this is the product. This is gonna perform. Let me build a Shopify store for it. Let me run ads for this. Let me set everything up, a new TikTok account. Failed. Fuck. I need to find a new one. 50 times I thought I found the right one. It failed every single time, right? So I'm like, okay, fuck this drop shipping thing. I'm not even gonna get into all the other business models. Like, I got my real estate license. I did absolutely nothing with it. Like, I can go sell real estate right now if I want to. Like, I have the license. I never even tried it. I don't know why. It was just a shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
One winter, I was detailing with my boy over there. Also now my business partner. But
Shout out to Kevin.
yes, sir. Well, we're detailing, and during winter, it was just really slow. My Facebook ads were not performing, and I was just doom scrolling on TikTok. I wanted to find a side hustle, but to be honest, I was just jacking off, doing absolutely fucking nothing, just hoping spring would come soon so I make some more money with the detailing.
Yeah.
And I saw some dude, his name is Alex Sedlak, cool ass dude, but he was promoting his community for like $30 a month about TikTok Shop, this new thing. I'm like, I've seen these orange cards. What the fuck? Let me try this. People make money off of this. I joined the community at like $30 my Apple Cash. I didn't even have the product. I just used my phone and I just pointed at a screen and I got a sale in my first video. I was like, wait, yeah, it's only $1, but it's that fucking easy to get a sale. I kept doing it, made a few $100, and then it just kind of started from there. And I ended up making more money than I was making with the detailing from my couch recording videos. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this now.
Mm-hmm. Did you love the process when you were doing it? Or you like the outcome more?
I like the process because I was addicted to the outcome, yes. So, and just making money from your phone when you, like, making $200, $300 in a day back then, in a single day, just recording a couple videos for like 30 minutes, when we had to go through a whole 3-4 hour detail and make sure the car is squeaky clean and fucking in the sun, you know what I mean? Like, that comparison was just fucking insane to me. So I was really appreciative and really blessed to be making videos instead of doing that. So yeah, I like the process for a little bit.
Bro, because like, it's way better just being at home recording content than fucking cleaning cars, wiping down fucking shit.
Yeah, I had this little product that was performing for me. I would bring it with me. I'd pull up to the gym. I'd record like 5 to 10 videos in the parking lot. Boom, I'm done for the day. I just go in the gym. After I come out or while I'm on the treadmill, I edit the videos. I post them. Boom, I'm done. That's all I had to do, and it was performing. So,
one thing I noticed a lot of people don't consider when they're getting into this online content space, business space, whatever they're doing, is that they only focus on the money. How can I get the money? But they don't think about the lifestyle that it gives them. And like, I know like there's a lot of people that make shit ton of money, but they're fucking tied down to this fucking cage. It's like a diamond cage. They're stuck in this diamond cage. I mean, it's a nice cage, don't get me wrong, but it's just like they're constricted. It's not a lot to do. Did you keep that in your mind when you were starting this business?
no, not absolutely the fuck not. I was just focused on the money, obviously. But I like the saying. Let me just try to see if I can remember it correctly. You don't want anything physical for what it is. You want it for how it's going to make you feel. You don't want money for what it is. You don't want a car for what it is. You don't want a crib for what it is.
Yeah.
You only want it for how it's going to make you feel. making a lot of money when others around you are not, or you can afford stuff that you really want, it makes you feel like that motherfucker. It makes you feel proud of yourself, whatever it is, right? Maybe giving money to your mom and makes you feel like a good son, whatever it is. That feeling is what you're chasing, but you're subconsciously associating that feeling with the thing, which is money. So you're just chasing the money. You think you just need the money and it's going to solve all your problems. And then when you finally get that feeling, you now want something else. So whenever you're killing yourself working 12 hours a day and you're making a shit ton of money, nice, you got that first feeling achieved. Now you want freedom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always a new thing that you're chasing, and you're associating it with something else, but it's really the feeling that you're chasing, not the thing.
That thing is the vehicle, basically, to get you there.
Exactly. Okay. So like I started making a lot of money with TikTok. It was great, but then I was filming all day. I didn't want to do that. I wanted a business that's scalable. I wanted freedom. I wanted something that's actually running. I wanted cash flow. I wasn't able to have that with TikTok, which is why I needed to find a system to automate it, which we now did.
That makes sense. Do you think having a lifestyle that supports your business is important? Because a lot of people, they try to, do something, whether it's, career-wise, go to school, start a business, make content, but the way they're living is not aligned with who they're trying to be. Did you change that before you got all the success? Did you change how you lived and also who you were internally?
I'm a very obsessive person. So whenever I get really into something, that becomes my lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I didn't even really think about how can I make my life more around TikTok or whatever it is, even now around the business, consulting, etc. Just I get obsessed with it and it becomes my whole life, and I just have to do my best to fit other things into my life. So like, for example, right now, I would gladly work 10 to 12 hours. Now I have to figure out how to fit in my girlfriend, how to give attention to my loved ones, how to make sure I'm still going to the gym, not becoming a fat fuck, which I did. But anyways, like it literally just becomes trying to keep those things in instead of just trying to be like, okay, how can I align my life around this business model? So I really don't understand when people ask like, okay, what can I do so I can become better at this? Like, I don't know, I just get really obsessed with something and I go all into it.
How important do you think obsession is?
I mean, it's everything. Because at the end of the day, look, here's what I'll tell you. I'll use an example within my community. There's people that just kind of they just want a little side hustle. It's nice, right? They're okay, like they're working a job, they're making like $3K a month. They're living with their parents, they can afford a bill, they can afford their car. Like they're fine, they're not really struggling. So when they make another like 3-4K from TikTok, they're happy. They don't really care. Then there's people that get really fucking obsessed. Like for example, the guy already let's talk about John, when he joined and made like 14K in his first month. This fucker spends like 8 hours analyzing the numbers of the products, etc. Like what products are going to perform better than others. Like he's doing more than I have myself ever done with TikTok. He's teaching me stuff about TikTok, and motherfucker just started. I'm like, holy shit, that is some next level of obsession. Like I was just obsessed with doing more, but I was never really obsessed with being that analytical. But again, that's just another fucking level. But yeah, it's very important because there's people that have been in the community for 6 months that are okay making 3K a month, and then there's fuckers like this who make 14K in their first month and they're still hungry. It's not enough for them. And those people are always going to outperform the other ones because again, at the end of the day, it's volume and it's passion. You're always going to do more work than the other person, and you're always going to do it with more enthusiasm, more passion. So you're going to fucking outperform them either way.
Do you think that's teachable? Obsession?
No, I don't think so.
I think, like from my perspective, I think something needs to happen, or it's just internal. You already have it. You were just built like that.
I still don't have an answer for that question. I don't think that you can teach it. I've tried to help some people with business, etc., put them on, but then they end up doing nothing with it, or they try a little bit and they just kind of fall off, they stop. I don't know. If I see the potential of something, I'm like an autistic maniac. I hyper-focus on that thing.
Yeah. I think most of the people, it needs to be like something kind of stuck, something bad needs to happen to fucking put that fire under your ass so you can do shit.
No, yeah, 100%. There has to be a deficit of something.
Yeah.
They absolutely need to be missing something in their life to be going for that. It's like people say, what do successful people have that I don't have? No, it's what do they lack that you have? It's like there's always a lack of something and they're chasing after something and it's never fucking enough. They're always chasing after something.
So what you're telling me is that obsession is just internal. It can't be forced externally, you know?
Well, you can make your circumstances seem worse than they really are. Because what's the saying? You will only change when the pain of your current reality exceeds the pain of change.
Yeah.
So you genuinely just need to increase the pain of your current reality to yourself. So for example, when I first started making 5K a month, right, like my first ever money from TikTok Shop, I moved into a new apartment right away. That was like $3,600 a month because I knew that if I stayed at my crib at 5K a month, I'd get comfortable as hell because staying at the crib, I can afford a nice car for 1 or 2K a month. I can lease something really nice. I can take my girl out on dates. I can afford a pretty nice life staying at home, right?
Yeah.
I knew I'd get comfortable. I know myself, which is why I moved out. And I literally couldn't pay rent like 2 months in. Because some shit happened on my TikTok accounts. Anyways, but you need to increase the pain of your current reality because then you will be literally forced to change. You need to put yourself in those situations. Only in the beginning, right? I only say do that in the beginning because you need to create that obsession because by the time you actually get to a point where you're making a good amount of money, you just fall in love with the game anyways. Like for example, right now, I don't need to have a great pain in my life or something I'm chasing. I'm not really chasing a monetary number anymore. I just genuinely want to be the best motherfucker in the space because that's just an obsession and the love for the game that I developed along the way.
You know, like something that you said it really captivated me is that you just had to put yourself in the fire to do the work to force yourself to grow. And I think a lot of people, when they get like a decent amount of money, they like to save. I hate saving. I just feel like it's a very defensive mindset. I'm the type of person like I rather either put it in myself or either invest in something. If it goes up, so be it. If not, like fuck it, I'll get it back. I hate it's a very defensive mindset in my opinion, you know. And I feel like one thing that you said is that you put yourself in that fucking scenario. You create that fire under your ass. So you have to keep going, and reality somehow just molds into what you want to actually do.
No, yeah, exactly. If you look from a realistic standpoint, saving is great, yes. But this is my advice. A lot of people might disagree with it. If you're a fucking entrepreneur and you're just starting out, the thought of saving should not even cross your mind for the first year or two of doing it. You should be thinking about how can I invest in myself? How can I accelerate this process for myself? How can I become as good as I possibly fucking can be as fast as I can? Because if you're saving, okay, sure, you're going to save a few grand. Maybe you're going to save 50,000, 100,000. What the fuck is that $100,000 going to do for you in the long term? Absolutely nothing. It is not that much money. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is that they need to go all out in investing themselves, whether it's time, energy, or money, to actually either learn a skill, you know, to either make their situation better in order to actually figure out their business.
Yeah,
like for example, I'm about to cut you off, but for example, you started making money with TikTok. You invested in people who can run ads for you. They can work with you. They can scale your business. But a lot of people don't want to take that risk to actually say, you know what, like I'd rather just have all the profit, but I'm not going to scale as much.
Well, look, life is about leverage. Everything is leverage. There is two levers that you can pull, either time or money, right? There's literally no other ones. If you want to get good at a skill and do it yourself, you can spend your time doing it if you don't want to pay anybody, if you don't want to spend the money. If you want to get good at a skill fast, you just pay somebody that's really good at it already, or you pay somebody to do it for you instead.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the whole point is to get to a place where you have the leverage in the form of money, because money is unlimited, time isn't. The whole point is to give yourself the freedom and time and have the unlimited form of leverage and money to create things. For example, before, I could get a vision, right? And I would spend hours sitting down trying to execute on that vision, trying to put in the work. Now I'm in a position where I can make a couple phone calls, tell the right people that know what to do, how to do something, pay them, and they'll get it done for me in a day. That vision will be executed in a single day instead of me sitting down and spending hours trying to figure it out, because I created that leverage for myself. So at the end of the day, it's all about getting to that point of leverage. And if you're scared to leverage money, then you're never going to get to a point where you're able to leverage it.
Yeah. I have a question about having the right partners and working with the right people. Because, you know, I've had this experience too. It's like when you work with certain people, if they're not aligned with the vision or if they're not necessarily aligned on a personal level, it can cause conflict. How do you go about picking the right people and also working with the right people?
100%. So I'm still going through the whole process of hiring the right people for my business. I genuinely think I've created the dream team of the people I work with currently. But I'm pretty much really close friends with every single person that works for me. You know what I mean? and I have their best interest in mind. For example, take my closer, right? I pay my closer 20%. The industry standard is 10%. I'm paying him double of what I could be paying another closer, but this makes him motivated to get out of bed every single fucking day and be like, okay, yeah, I am making so much money on this offer. If not only are we friends together, but also if somebody offers him to like go on a better offer where he's gonna make way more money, he knows I'm taking care of him. He knows I have his best interest in mind. He's always gonna stay with me because he knows me as a person. Yeah, I'm just gonna simplify it into, I try to find people that are gonna have the offers and my best interest in mind, because when they do, they're gonna work really hard because they wanna see me win, because me winning means they win. And whenever you have each other's interest in mind, it creates the fucking dream team, right? And I'm still going through the process and learning of what it's like to hire, because again, I've only been in business so long. I'm 21 years old. So still kind of figuring it out, failing along the way, but I think it's kind of working. So I don't think I have the authority to speak on how to hire yet, but I think we'll get there soon. But
What is like a harsh truth that you learned along the way about this?
Harsh truth? Not everybody has your best interest in mind. And people will always backstab you for more money and say it's just business, it's only business, which is fair, it's completely fine, but also again, like going back to your previous thing, how do you find people to hire? I prioritize relationships over business itself. I want to make sure that that relationship is strong first. Every single person that I've hired and brought onto my team, I've become a good friend with them first. And then I'm like, okay, holy shit, let's work together. This is lit, right? And then they already know me as a person. They know I'm going to take care of them, and I know they're a fucking grinder. I know they're a hard worker, and they're actually going to do it. So when you know when you have a good relationship already built, it creates the fucking dream team. But I had to go through a good amount of business being slow and people leaving to a different offer because they're going to make more money there. It's saying, nothing personal, David, sorry, business is business. I just got to go make money, which is completely valid. But then I've had people that stuck with me through the low moments, through the low sales days. They got to experience the highs. So the harsh truth is learning who to hire.
Yeah, it can be complicated at times because, like some people are, well, they're there for business, and there are some people who are there for you. It's very different.
Absolutely.
And like when shit hits the fan, like you really see who's made of what.
100%.
It really like shows their true colors.
And I pay everybody a percentage of what the offer makes, for example, of what my business makes. So they know that if the business is not making money, they're not making money. Right now, for example, I'll use a current moment as an example. It's a tough time because my Instagram got fully banned. It keeps getting banned. Pretty sure it's targeted, but anyways, that's beside the point. Sales have slowed down a lot because we can't run ads. There's no organic content getting pushed. My team is pretty much kind of left depending on these accounts, but instead of being like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen, like his accounts are cooked, let's move on to let's find somebody else who's making money, they're spending their whole fucking day doing their hardest, doing anything they can to help the offer to make sure we're good again. You know what I mean? Everybody has the offer's best interest in mind, and when you have 5 people working towards the same goal, you're gonna fucking win. So you just gotta find the people that will write for you in those low moments.
Yeah, that goes a long way, honestly. I think on a personal level, I think, whether it's business, family, like sometimes, even like family, bro, like they can't, even though you're related by blood, they still may not have your best interest.
Yeah.
Or it can be friends that they may not have your best interest. There are like a lot of people that may be around you that they, on the surface, they're cool with you, but they don't necessarily want your best,
How do I say this? Your family, a lot of the time, at least in my opinion, from what I've experienced for me and seen with other people, they have your best interest in mind, but they have an idea of what that best interest looks for you. They have an idea of what that life looks like for you, and anything else you say is wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have a friend, he's coming over here in a few days. He does Amazon FBA. He also has an offer, he teaches people how to do it, etc. He was supposed to go to dental school. He got his bachelor's degree, everything. His mom was bragging to all her friends that my son's gonna become a doctor, etc.
Yeah.
Last moment, he instead of flying over to his school, he flew over here to LA to see me, and we got a B&B, and we decided to go all in on our businesses. That was around the time I also dropped out of school. His mom did not talk to him for like almost a month. Like, she was crying, she was crashing out, because her only idea was that her son is going to be a doctor and nothing else. But right now he's making way more than a doctor's salary. And his mom finally came to the realization of like, okay, my son's my own man, he'll be okay. So now she's cool with him again, you know what I mean? But you kind of have to go through that almost argument of not talking to each other and just fucking choosing your own route, and for them to see like, yeah, he does know what he's doing, because at the end of the day, I'm using parents, might be some other family members, right? They don't even fucking matter. They will see it anyways. Yeah. But I'm talking about immediate family, talking about parents. You need to go through that phase with them, of them being like, okay, he knows what the fuck he's doing. He can figure this shit out. I went through that phase with my mom as well. She was furious I was dropping out. But then she saw that I'm making money. I'm providing for her. I'm taking care of her. She doesn't really have to do anything. She's like, okay, maybe he doesn't know what he's doing.
That makes sense. It's just time to make things work.
Yeah, absolutely.
The proof.
And that's how they grew up. They grew up with school. They grew up with traditional beliefs.
Yeah.
So.
How important, because you're like one of the only people that I know that you literally don't do anything but work and gym. Like, I've never seen you like party, none of those things. Like, you don't even really like go out like that. It's just work, gym. That's all I see. Lately,
I live a more unemployed lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because I've outsourced a lot of my work to, again, my team. So I do a lot less than I used to. No more 10, 12-hour days. I only really work if I want to work, which I do. So I just do it. But are you saying, like, how do I balance it? Or?
No, like, how important do you think is it to, like, really have that commitment to what you're doing, you know? I think a lot of people, when they get that level of freedom, they start, you know, fucking up their life in different ways, like either like, getting addicted to things, or just starting buying crazy shit, like blowing up their whole money, not like actually like treating yourself, like getting, nice things for yourself, but just actually going fucking gambling, doing fucked up
I'll
things.
be honest, it's very easy to get addicted to those things.
Yeah.
I myself have a very addictive personality, very obsessive personality. I know what I'm going to fall into and like what I should stay away from. Like, for example, I had a crazy couple of weeks of gambling. I'm like, okay, no more. That shit was bad. Anyways, I have a very addictive personality, so I kind of know what to stay away from. But also at the same time, I am not going to sit here and say that you need to be this perfect guy that only works and goes to the gym. Some of my friends are the biggest fucking degenerates that make way more money than me. And they're degenerates, and they barely even work. So I think hard work is really not the answer to everything. Again, if you can create that point of leverage for yourself, it really doesn't matter what your lifestyle looks like, in my opinion.
Yeah, basically doing whatever it takes.
Matters absolutely in the beginning, when you're first starting out. But once you get to the point where you have the leverage, you've already went through all the struggles, you know what it takes. I do think you can do whatever the fuck as long as you can maintain it. And obviously not maintain it, but keep growing it. It's just a lot of people, they lose that hunger, they lose that edge of wanting to keep improving. They like where they're at, and then again, you can never be. Nothing ever can stay the same. It can either go up or it can go down. So as long as you're continuously going up, it doesn't fucking matter what lifestyle you're living.
As long as you're doing the work.
Yeah. So like right now, I'm really locked in. Right now, I also believe everything's in seasons. Right? Like, there's seasons where you're really locked in, really focused. I had that season. I went through the season of building my business where I literally wouldn't leave my room. I wouldn't even want to go to the gym because I was just in front of my fucking screen for 12 hours a day. And then there are seasons where you can go travel, you can go be unemployed, you can go be a degenerate, but there's a time and place for everything.
Based on the phase, basically.
Absolutely.
How have you been balancing your relationship with your work?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a very tough one because, women, they need attention. They want to feel loved. And you have to keep, no matter how much you tell them that, like, your mission comes first. Yeah. And that for now, you're going to have to prioritize work over them. You have to keep reassuring them, keep reminding them that this is temporary. This will not always be the case. You're in the process of building a business. So yeah, it's definitely tough just finding that balance of actually going out of your way. Because like, if I'm really locked in on something, if I really have an idea and I'm just sitting there working for 12 hours, then I'll randomly fucking look at my phone and I'll go, oh shit, I haven't texted her today. So, and she already thinks it's the end of the world, you fucking hate her, etc. She's like, what the fuck is going on? So, it's definitely difficult to find that balance. So I think in your head, you just kind of create, I think what I did for myself is once a week, I make sure to dedicate at least half a day to only giving attention to her and nothing else. No work, nothing. I don't pick up my phone. And I don't even stick by it a lot of the time, which that's on me. But that has definitely helped a lot because that way you're not like thinking, okay, hey, I'll give her attention later. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's been months and you're like, oh, fuck, yeah. I see how she feels. So it's definitely created some problems, but again, when you're consistent and you kind of create those checkpoints for yourself, be good.
Do you think that feminine presence has helped you to actually perform better with your work?
Oh no, 100%. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you're a man, you're a provider. Who the fuck else are you doing this for? First of all, so it's a double-edged sword. You can have a girl that's on your ass about like, I want attention. You never give me attention. I'm sure you know about that.
Oh, I have a story. Continue.
But you can either have a girl like that, and that's only going to keep you from your work. That's only going to nerf you. Or you can have a girl that understands and she only supports your goals. I'm very blessed to have a girl like that. So that's only going to push you. Because when you have a girl like that, you're like, I can't fucking fail. Like, not only do I believe in myself, but I have a girl that fucking has certain expectations of me and believes in me. Like, I have to make this shit work now.
Yeah, I think when you have someone that genuinely believes in you, it's like rooting for you like 24/7. Even when you're down, bro, that's fucking cheat code, bro.
I am going to say this one thing, though. You need to find a girl before you become successful, before you get rich.
I agree.
Like, I got lucky, my girl was through the absolute slumps, through the absolute downs with me paying for fucking rent when I couldn't afford it, when I was absolutely down. But, like, let's say I was single and I found a girl now, like, I don't even know how the fuck I would test her, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'd always have that thought on the back of my mind, like, what if everything goes to shit? Would she leave? So when you find a girl at the absolute fucking bottom, like, she's there for the long game.
Yeah. It's hard, like when you like, especially from your perspective, when let's just say you're making really good money, like are they there for your lifestyle, for what you provide for them, the experiences, or are they actually there for you? I mean, you can do tests, it's possible, but like for how long? Let's just say after 3 to 6 months, like, okay, yeah, this is my crib, this is my car. Like what's after, like they're probably aware enough they do research. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. But on the other hand, it's even harder to find a girl that's down for you.
Exactly.
So,
but it's also way more beautiful when the girl stays with you from the beginning because the girl knows your character. She understands that you might have nothing right now, but she knows that she's investing in something because she sees what's going to happen. My girl saw that from the beginning because she saw how hard I worked on whatever it was I was doing. She was with me through all those dropshipping days I was talking about, all those detailing days I was talking about. When I first was starting out with TikTok, she was there through absolutely everything. And it went like this. It went up and down, up and down. There was times where I was constantly taking her out on nice dinners. Everything was great. I had a nice car for a little bit. And then there were times where I crashed a fucking car and I couldn't afford rent. And she was helping me with her money, you know what I mean? Because she saw the vision, she saw what I was doing day and night. She saw that I was locked in.
Yeah, whenever you have like a woman like that, bro, like it pushes you to like different levels. I personally never experienced it, maybe like slightly, but it's really, really valuable. And like I was gonna tell you like a story, like bro, like this past 6 to 12 months, like I've met different girls and like I really, really value how they contribute to my purpose. Because if they're not aligned to what you're doing, that there is like constant, headache and tension, it's gonna be creating even more friction as you're growing. So for me, it's been like very, very important. Okay, like is she actually contributing to what I'm doing? Is she, aligned with what I'm doing? It's very important. Like for example, like I don't know if this girl watching this right now, like this girl that I've been talking to recently. Like I've been telling her, it's like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's hard to create time to go out all the time. And I noticed like girls don't like seeing you a lot. They like to see you giving them intentional attention. That's what I call it. It's like it needs to be planned, structured. Okay, this day we're spending 6 hours together. Like for example, if we meet, let's just say we go to the gym together, or we go like on a quick dinner, like it feels like very systematic. It's just part of your day. You're going out with her. They don't like that. They like to be dedicated attention, intentional attention. That's what you said. Like for like a certain amount of time, they just say once a week or once every 2 weeks. You take them for like half a day out. They prefer it way more since it's condensed energy. They're like, okay, they really feel it.
Sorry to cut you off. That was actually exactly my specific problem, because I thought that just those things throughout the day, oh, I'm already spending time with you. It's okay. Like we're spending time. You're getting attention from me. I'm working the business. It's so good. And even though it feels productive to me, because I don't really care, to her it's not intentional time, and it still looks like I don't really care about her. I'm not going out of my way to create time with her, so all of that is pointless, and I'm still technically not spending time with her, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of like going to the gym, like, doing a couple exercises, but you're not really focused on the actual exercise.
Exactly.
It's just, you're wasting time.
It took me a while to come to that realization.
It's very interesting, but I'm telling you, bro, that woman, when you find it, like, I'm very, very happy that you have that woman, but bro, like, it's really, really rare,
Oh no, 100%.
And a lot of women, most of them, they're there to like take, they're not there to build, but it's really, really valuable to like have that woman. It's really, really important.
But also at the same time, a lot of guys, they go like, there's no good girls left out there. There's no girl that I can find. But are you acting like what you want out of her? Are you acting like the man that you should already be in that relationship?
Yeah.
Right? Are you already spending all day working on your mission, etc., and you're literally just missing that feminine part of your life? Or are you just a fucking degenerate saying, well, I'm just gonna fuck around, etc., I'll just sleep around. When the good girl comes along, then I'll settle down, you know what I mean? Because the good girl is never coming along. You're gonna keep sleeping around because that's just who you are as a person now.
Yeah, I've experienced both, like what you're saying, but it's so true. Like I've met girls this past like just a year that they were really, really good girls, but they're just not aligned. So like I can definitely say there's a lot of good girls out there. It's just most of the guys, the thing is like they pick from scarcity. They don't pick who's actually aligned, Did you experience that in your relationship? Did you feel like you already had what you were looking for in a woman, or you guys built it together?
It's very interesting, but no, I've had it from the beginning. Because I think, yes, a relationship evolves, but also there's only so much you can change when you set the foundation and the base so strong. I've been through relationships, so when this one started, I went like maniac mode in the beginning, questionnaire, fucking everything, asking every question I possibly could to make sure that there is no red flags to me, that I would make sure everything aligns, and I set out my expectations. I'm like, look, you're not gonna be my number one priority. I know it might hurt to hear that, but I'm a fucking 19, 20-year-old. At the time I was 18-year-old. Like, I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on trying to make money. I'm trying to focus on securing a future for whether it's you, my woman, or whoever is with me at that point. I'm building that future, and that is going to be my priority until I get there. And you're going to come second for a while. Like, I set that priority right away. So there was never, oh, you're not giving me attention, blah, blah, blah. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, spend more time with me, etc. Because that expectation was already there from the beginning. So if you set the base strong and you see a red flag or potential red flag and you address it right away, then you'll be good. Just a lot of guys, they don't have the balls to do that from the beginning, and they just 100%. Say, whatever, we'll see how it goes, and then it doesn't go, and then it just ends up hurting them in the long term.
That beginning part is so fucking important, because how you start everything is how you end it.
Exactly.
It's very important. What is like one or two things that you think a lot of guys should look for in that regards when picking a woman?
I'm not gonna lie, I do think it varies for everybody. Like, I personally, I hate emotional girls. Like, I genuinely cannot stand emotional girls. I need, like, yes, you can have emotion, but I can't stand a girl that cries 24/7. That's just something personal, right? Some guys, they like that. They like being the rock, etc. So I can't really speak for everybody and just say these are the qualities that you should look for. But as long as, first of all, the woman is there and she serves her feminine duties, and also at the same time she supports you, and she's willing to have you as her number one priority, knowing she's not your number one priority. When a woman can be humble enough and do that, that's a good girl. There you go. Because then she understands her feminine position in the relationship.
Yeah. I think one thing I noticed a lot of, well, it can be the men also, and also the society, whatever is going on. A lot of women, they're more masculine. They don't like to be the second priority. And they want to be either taking the masculine role, which is like, oh, my goals are priority and you're the second guy, you're second priority, or they want to be like competing with the guy at the same time. Oh, like, we are equal in a way. It's not going to work out when there's two people trying to like, prioritize themselves.
Yeah, it's yin and yang. It's not 50-50. There is no 50 without the other 50. Like, there's no 100 without the other 50. You know what I mean? It's not the same 50 that you guys are covering. There's very different roles. There's very different things that you're supposed to be doing within that relationship. So I genuinely think that if you can find a girl that understands that you can't have her as your number one priority, because then if you do that, the whole relationship will crumble, then that's a girl that understands what a proper masculine-feminine relationship is, and that's a good girl. Also, a girl that will call, another thing I just thought of on the spot, a girl that will call you out on your bullshit. Like, there have been times where I was slacking and I was not working as hard as I should have, and was in moments where I should be working really hard, and she called me out every single fucking time. There was also times where I didn't believe in myself, and she could see the doubt on my face, the doubt in my eyes, just the way I was on a daily basis. And she would genuinely get pissed at me, like, why the fuck are you doubting yourself? Well, that's a girl that can push you forward. And when you find that, then that's priceless.
Yeah.
Anything other than that is just going to hold you back.
Yeah, I think not a lot of women are willing to contribute to your mission and your purpose and where you're trying to go. And I think a lot of guys, they need to do a better job to communicate to their woman. Like, they explain, okay, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm trying to do. Is this for you? Like, keep it honest. That's what you said. Like, you're like, I'm trying to go this place. I want to achieve this. You're not going to be my number one attention priority. Like, it is what it is. And most of the times they're like, oh, like, I got to be your everything, this. It's not going to work. So you got to cut your losses.
A big problem is also social media. These girls might see another girl getting spoiled by some fucking 40-year-old who's already a millionaire, and they're like, and then you're not doing that for her right now because you're a guy in his 20s who's still trying to figure shit out. She's like, yeah, I deserve so much better, blah, 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 and then they fucking leave, and then they realize they lost a good man. Like, social media just fucks so much shit up nowadays. Yeah. It's also a double-edged sword.
Fact. We were talking about women impacting our lives, and I was telling, like, bro, like, some women, they generally don't understand until you have to break everything down for them to understand. And it's hard to come across those girls that are actually, they mean being with you. Some do it because it's like cool, oh, like, I'm a feminine girl because of social media. You were saying a lot of them are getting influenced by social media, but there are some of them that really, really fucking mean it. Those are the ones, bro. How important do you think is your environment and your circle?
I mean,
to go to the next level?
It's pretty much everything. The people around you. Environment, not as much, just because, like, yes, you're going to get motivated if you're in an environment that you want to be in the future, etc. But yeah, like, for example, I just worked from the trenches in an apartment until I made it work and I was able to go somewhere else, for example, right? Like, I had a couple trips to Miami. Like, that environment just made me work so much harder. Sure, environment does help, but it is not all be all and all. But as with your circle, that shit's absolutely everything. And I hear this from a lot of guys that are trying to start entrepreneurship or that are in it. They're like, I just can't find like-minded friends. I don't know, none of my friends want to do this, and I just don't know where to find people that also just want to make money and they want to be locked in, etc. Then be alone. because there's nobody to influence it. It's only you and your thoughts and only the content that you consume, because now in today's day and age there's content, right? So there's only so much influence that's coming in, and then eventually along the line, when you see some initial wins, when your business is doing good, you'll find some of your best friends. Some of my best friends I have right now, I met when I was already doing multiple 5 figures a month, right? So they're not people that were with me from the beginning that were locked in from. There's only a couple, but
yeah, I think you don't want to have people that like in your ear, they're like, well, you can't do it. This is not meant for you. They doubt you. There is like difference. Constructive criticism compared to doubt is different. But some people, whether it's like close circle or maybe people watching your content, a lot of people like don't really want to see you better. Like they don't want to see you improve or like do well. Like, it's a lot of them out there.
look, if you're gonna hate, you're doing something right. But also at the same time, personally, I can't speak on this because I haven't experienced firsthand hate. I know there's been people, like I've just heard about it, that have talked behind my back, like trolling me about what I do, etc. I kind of could give two shits if you can't say it to my face, and then I really do not care.
Yeah.
If people are worried about things being said about them outside, they get mad about that. I genuinely could give two fucks. If you're not man enough to say it to my face, then it genuinely does not matter to me. I've never gotten hate firsthand. I've only ever gotten people to ask me for help firsthand. So I can't really speak on that. But again, yeah, it's not more about people being in your ear saying that you can't do it. It's more about those people just doing their own thing, which is not what you want to do. And I promise you, that shit is going to influence you every once in a while. Like when all your homies are hopping on the game, but you have a mission and you have work to do tonight. Every once in a while, there's going to be that little urge to hop on a game. And it's not the fact whether you hop on a game or not, and people go, yeah, I can balance my friend group while doing all this. It's the fact that urge is there. And that takes the obsession out of the entire mission that you have in the first place, which is why you were saying, is obsession important? Can you teach it? I think if you remove all the distractions and all the exterior things that are affecting you and taking your attention away, and you only have so much attention and only so many things you're focusing on, obsession just kind of becomes the only thing that there is because you have nothing else to focus on.
How did you feel the difference that within your emotions and your mind when you were on the come up and now?
Describe come up specifically.
Let's just say the time that you were broke and you were getting some results, but not really.
I mean, at that point, I already knew where I was going. I already knew where I was going to be. And again, I was already acting and feeling as the person that I was going to be. Like, I'll give you an example. The car I have right now, the Porsche GT3, I've been wanting that car for so fucking long. But even when I didn't have it, I was so delusional that I have it. I would genuinely on the freeway, close my eyes while holding the fucking steering wheel, pretend that I have bucket seats hugging me. I would pretend that I have the Alcantara steering wheel in my hands. I would pretend that I already have it. I would pretend that I'm already driving it. Whenever I was getting out of the car, I would genuinely in my head pretend that I'm getting out of that car and people are watching me get out of that car, etc. And like I would act like the person that's driving that car, even though I wouldn't get that attention from people. I was so fucking delusional to that extent that whenever I actually got the car, it was a great feeling, but it wasn't like, holy fuck, we actually did it. It felt exactly like I imagined it. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like Kevin right there, when we first took the first drive in that car, I literally told him, like, this is changing. I've already experienced this. I've already felt this feeling. This is not the first time I'm here. This is not the first time I've been holding this Alcantara steering wheel. This has happened already in my head, which just goes to show that, like, you can only have what you already have. So the feelings are not that much different. That's what I'll tell you. There's less, like, hunger of, like, fuck, I need this, because that's always going to be at the back of your head. But as in just kind of life-wise, it's the same. The gratitude is the same. Everything's still there.
I feel like the way you're describing is that you kind of mentally, in a positive way, you traumatize your brain in a way that you literally felt the whole scenes and experience to the point that reality had to bring that to you because you already felt that.
Exactly.
You reversed engineered it,
No, yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That just goes back to support all the points I fucking made, that you can only have what you already have.
Yeah.
I genuinely was so fucking delusional. I convinced myself I already had everything I wanted. And when I opened my eyes and I saw my physical reality of me not having it yet physically, it only made the obsession stronger because I'm like, no, I will have that thing.
Yeah.
Like, I just experienced it. I have it. Like, there is no fucking reality where this doesn't happen. Genuinely took the possibility of that out of my head. I'm like, I would rather fucking die than not experience this.
You know what's crazy? That the thing that you're saying, I literally experienced it like in months ago, like maybe 6 months ago, and it was. I was like, I really needed like at least like 5 to 10K, bro. And in my mind, like, I remember I was in my mind, I'm like, okay, like, how would it feel? I literally sat down in my mind, like, brainwashed myself that I already had it. I was like, if this doesn't like physically happen, I don't care, I already have it. And I really, really wanted to go to Thailand after. Like, it was like right before my birthday. And I had like 3 sales calls lined up, or 3 sales meetings in general. And one of them I picked up, it was like a 3K piff, and the guy was down, and then we were about to close it, and then like, he's like, oh, I gotta go home, get my card. That shit never happened. I'm like, oh, it's okay, I already have the money, doesn't matter. And then I was planning to, like 3 days before my birthday, I was gonna fly to Thailand. Not like I'm going to Thailand like in a couple of weeks, but like at the time that was the plan. I was like, I still don't have the money. So I was like, but no, I already have the money. Actually, I just treated like I had it. And then literally a day or two before of my birthday, I closed like a 5K deal.
There you go.
And I was like, at that time, I was like, oh, I already knew it. Like, I wasn't impressed. I was like, oh, it was going to happen. And I was like, very interesting. And then 2 days later, I closed another deal. It was like, oh, shit, like, it actually happened. And like, after that, it's like, wow, like, now you literally just proved yourself. That's what, like, when you're saying it, bro, it's just so important to literally give yourself that experience in your brain. And things just somehow mold. Like, it's like you can't even predict. Just somehow something happens, but maybe one person comes to your life, or you come across an opportunity, and things just happen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to give you an example of a series of events that happened in my life, because that just kind of shows that you genuinely cannot see 99% of your reality. So last summer, I invested in somebody. I paid him $18,000, a mentor, to help me with info, help me scale my business, right? I didn't get much out of that mentorship, material and information-wise, right? Like, I think I would have been fine if I didn't buy it in that aspect. However, through that person, I met this one guy that runs ads. Through that one guy that runs ads, I met this guy that does sales. And they're just cool guys. I met them because they came into the circle. They like did a call or something, and then I met them in Miami as well. They're just cool guys. We're just homies. Now, that sales guy is my closer. That ad guy is running my ads. And then through that same guy who I paid in that summer, I started working with him again, but for free this time. It wasn't for free. I paid him even more money, but anyways, it was an agency kind of relationship. And from that agency, I got another person who's now working on my offer. So even though that person specifically didn't contribute like crazy benefits to my business, he's just a really good friend now. Every single person that's on my team came from there. I had no clue where those people would come from, right? I would just go out there and searching, but I didn't have to. Those people came to me, and I became friends with those people first. And now I have a dream team that's doing multiple 6 figures a month. But I wouldn't have that team otherwise if I didn't pay that person. That's just because I was already at that point walking around as a founder who is doing multiple 6 figures a month. I was already in that mindset that I have the fucking dream team. I have my entire team. They're all homies. And they all like are really good at what the fuck they do. I didn't know where I was going to find those people, and they just came into my life.
Did you envision that?
Yeah. Not to this specific extent like I did for the car, for example. But yeah, to an extent I did. Like, I wasn't even waiting for it to happen. I wasn't trying to manifest it. I just one day realized, like, holy shit. It's kind of crazy how this just came to reality. Like, this is just my life now. I'm taking this for granted, but I really have an amazing team around me right now who are pretty much all fucking homies. They all want to be here, not even just for the money, but because, like, they're not just homies with me. Like, we're just all homies together. Even the fucking setters, they're friends with the closer. They, like, a couple of them have known each other from childhood. Like, it's genuinely almost like a family they've built.
It's crazy how things come full circle. You
Yeah.
know, like sometimes you think something doesn't really serve you, and then months later, years later, it just comes like, oh, like this served me. You know?
Yeah, like that $18,000 that I technically thought I had lost has made me probably over $1 million at this point, which is insane if you really think about it.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, a lot of times like people just see the surface value. Like I've met people because I've met certain people and those people introduce me to more people.
Yep.
And it's just somehow this domino effect that keeps going, that you don't know when it's gonna end, but somehow this one person opens this door for you and you meet this person and shit just happens.
A chain of events that you can't predict. Again, that's what I'm saying. Don't try to envision how it's gonna happen. Just imagine the feeling you would have of already having that thing, because you have no fucking clue how it would happen. Like, whenever I say I'm gonna, like in my head, that I'm gonna hit a certain amount of money or make a certain amount of money in a month, I don't even envision that my business is doing that, because if I genuinely, my only goal is to just have that money, for all I fucking care, I could have a homie that tells me to hop on a crypto coin that just explodes and make money off of that randomly, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna make the money. I genuinely have no fucking clue. I just envision having the money and how I would feel with it in my bank account and what I would do with it, etc. The emotion. Again, I'm just using money as an example because it's the easiest one. But don't limit yourself to how shit should happen. Don't control God and tell him how shit should go. He will decide for you. Just tell him what you want and you'll have it.
I think it's like our ego trying to like prove something, because like let's just say you want to make 50K, you're like, well, I want to only make it from TikTok shop automation. What if there's a better way? What if there's something that's more aligned? So that's what you're saying, just already have that feeling, okay, this number, I desire it, but it's not only through TikTok shop. Someone, as you said, someone's gonna send me like a crypto link, say you invest in this, it's gonna go up. Next day it goes up, you sell, 50K, boom. It wasn't envisioned, it was just you already had that feeling. Like the how, I think a lot of people like really get stuck on the how. I was stuck on that how too. It's like, no, I only have to do this certain way. If it doesn't go this way, yeah, it's the end of the world. It doesn't have to be like that. Where do you see yourself in the next 2-3 years?
Thank you for asking 2-3 years and not 5 or 10, because I genuinely can't fucking look that long, especially as an entrepreneur. I feel like it's difficult, but 2-3 years.
It's a realistic timeline, you know? It's not too
Definitely.
long.
I'll be honest, there's no really materialistic things that I really want anymore, and it kind of sounds sad to say, because like, yeah, I've accomplished some cool things, but I'm saying shit like, yeah, I have a high rise, I have a nice car, but at the end of the day, like, there's more to strive for, and I'll probably have a supercar at that point that I'll buy, etc. I'll probably have in 3 years, I'll probably have a house somewhere out here, etc. I don't really have like those materialistic goals. I really just want to focus on, one, becoming very, very mentally strong, because even though I have built my business really far, I feel like I've let myself discipline-wise go a lot. And I just don't feel good about myself when I wake up every single morning, knowing that I could be a strong-ass motherfucker. I could have a crazy physique, even though I don't right now, because I let kind of the business take over. And again, that obsession got in the way of everything else. So I just kind of want to focus on that mental and physical side of things regarding myself, and also get engaged and start thinking about building a family finally, because again, what the fuck else are we doing this whole thing for? But yeah, like there's some monetary goals I still have that I will still strive for. Like I kind of don't really care about making a certain amount of money. I just want to be the best in my fucking industry, and that obsession is going to keep me going every day, because I think I'll go crazy without work. But like, yeah, I do want to have a house in like Newport Coast for like $20 million, but currently, physically, as of right now, we're pretty far from that. So, and I don't want to have that anytime soon, so I'm not really focused on it. I'm just focused on the process. And again, I also feel like you're always manifesting. You don't necessarily have to envision the specific thing for it to happen. Like you might just might happen to be aligned to the same frequency. And I've noticed that I've gotten the best results when I'm not attached to an outcome and I don't need anything. And right now, I genuinely don't need money. Like I could care less. I wake up, I'm not thinking how much money are we gonna make today, and we end up making money on those days. Then there's days and I wake up and I'm like, okay, fuck, we gotta get some closes today. We gotta make some money, right? Like this TikTok business, like my TikTok account needs to make some money. And those are the days I usually make the least money, because I'm trying to control shit. I'm trying to worry about it. You genuinely have to let go. And when you already have it, it's way easier to let go, which is where this Bible verse again comes in. It's Philippians something, don't quote me, but to those who have, more shall be given, they shall live in abundance. But to those who don't have, even that they do have will be taken from them. And that have and don't have is in your mind. So if you already have it, more shall be given to you. Like, the rich get richer. Like, yes, we can get into the whole fucking thing of, like, the markets, etc., manipulation, whatever the fuck it is. But if you really think about it from a metaphysical standpoint, why do the rich get richer? They're not waking up thinking, fuck, I need to make money to pay my bills. They already know they're going to make money. And they're not stressing over it. They don't need it. They already, in their head, it's already going to happen. It's been happening, you know what I mean? And then there's people who need it the fucking most, who usually have the least. And it's like, you're like, okay, I'm going to save this month. I'm going to spend less money. Like, I'm going to budget. And then some big-ass bill comes in their way anyways and fucks everything up. Because they're acting from a point of scarcity.
I noticed that trend like in religion and churches too. That is like people go to church and they're in need of help. But internally they, as you said, they don't have that. So it just keeps bad things keep
absolutely. Like that's kind of sad for me to see. I see so many people going to church and praying every single day, which is beautiful, right? It's good, but you're praying for something for an hour. Let's say you're praying for peace, right? Let's say you're praying for peace. You go to church, you pray for it, you really ask God for it. You don't assume you already have it. So just go back to your life, everyday life, assuming it's going to be exactly how it's been. You're expecting for it to be stressful. You're expecting for your work to be stressful. You just go back to like however many hours you're awake, 15 hours, 16 hours of just stress. You just defeated the whole point of the prayer. Like, most people don't even pray correctly, which is kind of crazy. Like, most people say they're religious, but they don't really read the Bible. Like, I myself haven't read the whole Bible, but I kind of am able to read in between the lines and kind of try to understand what different things mean and actually apply them rather than just read it and say I've read it, you know what I mean? Which is why I feel like some of the most religious people don't actually act according to the text, which is kind of sad to see.
They just act from a physical perspective. They don't mentally apply it. It's just physical.
Yeah. And everything that's physical, everything is vanity. None of this shit is coming with us when we die. Yet that's all they focus on. So
I think that's like the perfect way to end it, you know. People like they need to mentally apply that prayer first. They need to understand, like, if it's not mentally there, it can't physically exist. So it's gonna be taken away from them, whatever they have, the prayers that they want, whether it's financial, health, peace. So mentally first, then physical, as within, as without.
So yeah, if you take anything from this entire podcast, just detach and assume that you already have it and it'll be yours.
This is like $1 billion advice.
So
literally. Any things that you're working on? People should be waiting for?
Right now we're creating software for complete automation for TikTok Shop that will pretty much find the winning products for you. It will create the videos on those products for you that you choose out of. And then it's gonna post those videos for you as well. A full automated system where you pretty much have to do absolutely nothing and it's already proven. So you just kind of have to overlook it. And I think we're gonna be selling that for a shit ton of money because that's an insane thing to the market, and we're gonna be partnering with a good amount of people on it. But this is gonna be more of another income stream for people who are already making money, because this is a whole another business that's completely fully automated from you coming into it. It's pretty much done for you. So I'm really excited for that. That's going to be something huge that we end up building that we're only going to give limited people access to. But yeah, 100%. I'm going to do my best to create a lower automation version of that where potentially you still have to find the products yourself, but the whole automation is there, and give it to the public so more people can use it, more people can get into TikTok Shop automation. But we'll see when we go from there. I'm really excited building this thing, pouring a bunch of money and a bunch of attention into it right now. Should be out in a week or two.
Fuck yeah. Bro, I've seen your journey, like, coming up, going through all the phases and, you know, going big. I love that shit, bro. So
I appreciate your
glad
brother. It's
to-
been a pleasure.
Of course.